So we all are good to go. Fine. So we are over here in Excel. The Excel window is open. If you have seen all the previous videos of Excel, I have explained how to consolidate data. That is to gather data from various sources, right? We had seen that. Then we had also seen a very important feature, that is goal seek in Excel. Today we are going to start with a very important, and we have also seen what are multiple operations. So let us take one more example of multiple operations today, right? Now, multiple operations in Excel is known as data table. In LibreOffice Calc and OpenOffice Calc, it is known as multiple operations, but in Excel, it is known as data table. Now, why data table? So, if I just do a comparative study of data table with goal seek, you will understand that in goal seek, we are allowed to change at most one variable. We can change at most one value and we can achieve a target, right? And also, but if you want to check the results for a number of values, for various values, you want to check the result. For example, in this particular example over here, let's say Amit produces pens that he wants to sell for 10 rupees each. So Amit is a businessman and he owns a stationery shop and he produces pens that he wants to sell for each 10 rupees. Per piece 10 rupees. Each pen costs 2 rupees to make. That is, obviously I would be needing the raw material. I would be needing the labor cost in order to create one pen. So that making cost is 2 rupees. In addition to which you have fixed cost of 10,000 rupees per year, because I have a I have equipment, I have expensive setup and arrangement, I have apparatus, right? So for which I need to pay every year 10,000 rupees, which is my fixed cost, right? जो कि मुझे लगना ही लगना है. How much profit will you make in a year if you sell a particular number of pens? So very simple question where we need to just calculate the profit needed to make a certain number of pens. So you can see here, selling price of the pen is 10 rupees, making cost is 2 rupees, fixed cost is 10,000 rupees, and unit sold. Now, how much unit sold we need? Suppose I want to start with producing 500 pens, right? So if I want to start with producing 500 pens, what will be my profit? So I will calculate my profit like this. Selling price minus cost price multiplied by number of units sold minus your fixed cost, because fixed cost is also your cost. Now you can see a negative amount over here. This negative amount is displayed because it says that this is the loss which you are incurring. This is your loss. This much amount of money you are losing from your pocket. So that is why it is a negative amount, that is, it is your loss, right? Now I need to know what is my break-even point. What is my break-even point? What do you understand by break-even point? That point, that is how much quantity or how many pens I need to make, I need to sell, so that I at least don't incur losses. if मैं कितने पेन्स सेल करूं ताकि मुझे ना तो लॉस हो रहा हो ना ही प्रॉफिट हो रहा हो. मींस आई एम getting a profit. Okay, so for this purpose, what we need to do, we had used goal seek for that purpose. Let us use goal seek and then we will do a comparative study between goal seek and multiple operations and solver. How solver can solve our problem. So these three things we are going to see, that is multiple operations, goal seek and solver. So we start with goal seek. So for this purpose, we go to the data tab. Then from the data tab, we go to the what if analysis tab over here. Over here, you see the option that is goal seek. So this is your goal seek dialog. Set cell. So this set cell, it is the cell which contains the formula. Always remember, this cell will always contain the formula, right? So you can already see this cell is selected. So I'll click on it again. So it turns it into absolute value, right? Now this I need to set to a certain value. So I already said that I want to know my break-even point. That is the point at which I am making a profit zero. That is neither profit nor loss. So I will enter zero over here, right? By changing cell. Now goal seek allows you to change only one cell. It allows only one variable cell, right? So what do I need to change? I need to at least figure out how many units, how many pens I need to, how many number of pens I need to sell so that I don't incur any losses. Got it? I may not be making any profit, but I don't incur any losses. So by changing cell, what? Unit sold. Now I'm going to click on OK, and goal seek finds a solution for this. And now my break even point is what? I need to at least sell 1250 pens so that I don't make any losses. That's a lot of work. I have to work hard to at least manufacture 1250 pens, and then also I won't be making any profit, right? So this is like a kind of a situation where I would be a little disappointed, but now I'll be looking towards the brighter side where I would think about making some profit. So how can I make some profit? So if suppose I need to make a profit of at least 1000 rupees, how many pens do I need to sell? So again, I'll go to data, what if analysis, goal seek, set cell, this one to value. Value means my target, I want to achieve a target of 1000 rupees profit. So I've set that over here by changing with cell number of units. I want to know how many number of pens I should sell sorry, so that I at least earn 1000 rupees profit. And I click on OK. So Polseek gives me this amount, that is 1375 pence, so that at least I am able to make a profit of 1000 rupees. Now the thing is, every time I want to know how much profit I will make or how many units of pens I need to sell to make this much of profit, I have to change my values here. I have to again and again use goal seek. मुझे बार बार गोल सीक यूज करना पड़ रहा है. अगर मुझे देखना है कि मुझे 2000 का प्रॉफिट चाहिए तो कितने पेन सेल करने पड़ेंगे, अगर 3000 का प्रॉफिट चाहिए कितने पेन सेल करने पड़ेंगे. तो I don't want to go into that, right? What I want is, now I want a foolproof method through which I will be able to know that for a given number of units, how much profit I will achieve. Okay, so how to do that? So let us find out. I've already found out the break-even point. So now I'm going to find out how much different profit I'm going to make for different units sold. So that I'm going to achieve using data table. So for that, I'm going to just write here units sold. Take units sold, and here it will be the profit, total profit. That is total profit, how much I am going to make, right? So for this purpose, what I need to do first is I need to first specify the units. So I start with my with 500, then I write 1000, and then I just use autofill feature to get the different values. So let me get the value still 6000. That is, if I want to check how much profit I will earn if I sell 500 pens, 1000 pens to 6000 pens. So this way I will be able to visualize the amount of money which I would gain by selling so many different things. Okay, by selling different units of pens, right? So now, in case of LibreOffice and OpenOffice students, you simply select one blank cell along with these cells. That is, you select this whole range and you use the multiple operations option, right? In case of this Excel, we will be doing one extra step. That is, you can see total profit has to be displayed over here, right? So in this empty cell, you can see the cell which I have selected. In this cell, I'm just going to copy the address of the cell which contains the formula for profit. So this is the cell which contains the formula for profit, right? So I'm going to just provide the address of the cell which contains the profit. So this is the address of the cell. Let me take a screenshot and explain this thing to you. Now you can see over here, this is the address of the cell which contains the formula. This cell contains your formula. So always remember formula for calculating profit. So this formula, this cell, I have just provided a reference over here because this reference will make a reference to, it will point to this area which contains the formula, and data table is going to use this formula to deduce the profit for these different unit values. Okay, so let us see that. So I have just written it like this and you get total profit equals 1000. Now what I am going to do is I am going to hide this cell. How will I hide the cell? So there is a very simple shortcut for doing that. If you want to hide data in any cell, hiding doesn't mean delete. Always remember, hiding is different from delete. Delete means you are totally removing the value. 1 second. Delete means you are removing the value, but hiding means the value will be there. It will only be hidden. Okay, it will not be displayed. So for doing that, we will be selecting this cell. Then we would be going to this option here, number. Okay, in the home tab, click on this dialog box. Now in the number, we will be going to custom. And in the type, you are going to just select whatever is there, delete it, and just type semicolon 3 times. Okay, not 2 times, but 3 times, right? You have to type semicolon 3 times, click on OK, and you will see that this data which was being displayed here, it is hidden. But it's not gone because you can still see it in the formula bar. If you just edit this, bring the cell to the edit mode, you will be able to see the formula inside it. Only thing, rest of the time it is not visible. Got it? Now what you have to do, you have to sell this range including this hidden cell. मतलब ये पूरा जो है, ये hidden cell को लेते हुए ये पूरा का पूरा range आपको select करना है. Okay? Once you have selected this, you will be going to data, to what if analysis, data table. And in data table now there are only two options, row input cell, column input cell. You can see over here that all the units have been arranged in which form? They have been arranged in the columnar form, in the form of a column, right? ये column के form में है. So now I need to figure out where is this units thing in my data over here, okay, in this particular area. And you can see that this is the unit cell, this is the unit sold, and this cell address has been used in this formula for calculation of profit, and this is the value which has been arranged in a columnar form here. So I will be clicking in column input cell and selecting the address of this unit sold. Okay, so unit sold यहाँ पे है, यहाँ पे देख लो कहाँ है. You just have to see that this unit sold is in the form of a column. So you need to figure out where is unit sold in this area. Okay, why? Because this cell has been used for calculation of profit, and you have to enter that in column input cell. Now click on OK, and you will be able to see the different values for profit. I'm just going to format these values as rupees. and you will be able to see that this is the profit. Now you are incurring losses for two different values of units. You can see, visualize from here that okay, for 500 and 1000 units I have to incur losses, right? So that means I have to produce more than 1000 uh, units. And over here, now 1375 units is what? It's kind of a value which is not very proper. So I can visualize from here that okay, this is my exact break even point. But then if I at least if I at least produce and sell 1500 pens, I can at least achieve a 2000 rupees profit. And as I go on increasing the number of units, my profit also goes on increasing. So this way you can take decisions regarding your business. Okay, you can figure out that okay, I want, like you can set a goal. If I want to achieve a target of 22,000 rupees as profit, I need to produce at least 4,000 units of. Got it? So this is how you can visualize things. This was one way, right? This was one thing which we did. Next is, suppose I want to know the per unit profit. What was the total profit which I earned? What if I want to know what is my per unit profit? So how will I calculate per unit profit? Equals profit divided by units sold. That will give me the per unit profit, and I'm going to format this as rupees. So you can see my per unit profit is 73 paise. Okay, if I just find out, that is because I'm not only reducing 2 rupees of making cost from the selling price, but there is this fixed cost also. आप चाहे एक पेन बनाओ, चाहे दो पेन बनाओ, fixed cost तो आपको इतना ही देना पड़ेगा, right? So that is why, taking this also into account, my per unit profit is 0.73 rupees. So now I want to figure out, total profit is there, fine. How much profit will I make per unit for all these amounts of units sold? That means I want to know the total profit also. I want to know the per unit profit also. So I'm going to write it here, per unit. And I'm going to delete everything over here because we are going to calculate that, right? So now, just like I had pasted the formula, I had just included the cell reference of the cell which contains the formula for profit. Same way, I am going to copy the cell address of the cell which contains formula for per unit profit. So for total profit, I'll write equals, and then this cell E13 which contains the formula for calculation of total profit, and this one is equals per unit profit. Now because it is being displayed, again I'll select that, go to number, custom, and here I will type triple semicolon, click on OK, right? And now these two are hidden. Although you can see their values, if you just bring it to the edit mode, you will be able to see their values. Why I have decided to hide them? Because I want to make this spreadsheet look good, right? People should not be confused like what are these two values. Okay. Now I will select this entire thing, including these two hidden cells also, and I'll go to data, what if analysis, data table, and again I'm going to take up column input cell only. Why? Because this input which I am giving to this data table function, that is what units sold. It is already arranged as a column. Hence, in column input cell, I am going to enter the address of the cell which has been used for calculation of this, that is for this formula, right? So I'm going to use this because this is the cell which contains units sold, and I'm entering that in column input cell. Click on OK, and you will be able to see I'm getting the per unit profit also. So if this also, I just select them and I go to home tab and I format it as rupees, you will be able to see how much rupees, You can see minus 12 rupees, that is 12 rupees loss is there when I'm selling only 500 pence, 2 rupees loss when I'm selling 1000 pence, but after 1500 pence I start getting per unit profit. So you can see that you can visualize total profit also and per unit profit also for all the values. So this was multiple operations, right? But for this also you are able to visualize the values for one thing, that is unit sold, right? Now what we are going to do is we are going to do a two-dimensional analysis. Two-dimensional analysis means now I want to know I want to know that for different selling price and different units, how much profit. That is two things I want, sale price and different units sold. How much profit I will gain for each combination of sale price and the units sold. So how to do it? Firstly, I'm going to delete everything here. Now I have chosen this particular cell or this particular cell. So here I am going to specify the units sold. And let me start it from here, say 500,000, and I'm going to expand it to number of values, maybe 6,000. Okay. And over here, now this was unit sold, and over here I'm going to specify the sale price. That is, I want to see how much profit I'll get for selling the pen at 10 rupees per pen, how much I'll get the profit for selling the pen for 15 rupees per pen, 20 rupees per pen, and so on. So I'm going to just select all of these and use autofill handle to bring it to, say, okay, I did a mistake. Wait a second. Now 45 is too much. So I just want to check how much profit will I earn for these values. Or maybe I could also take, instead of taking autofill, I can also take any value of my choice. Like I want to see how much I can earn for 8 rupees. If I sell it for 9 rupees, how much profit I'll get. If I sell it for 10 rupees, how much profit I'll get. 12 rupees, 15 rupees, 18 rupees, and maximum 20 rupees for all these selling price value and for all these units sold, how much of profit I'll get. Like for example, I think I would like to see how much profit I'll get if I sell 3000 pens for 10 rupees each. So how much profit I'll get if I do this, right? So now for this purpose, you will not be able to see two different results. Here you will be able to see only one result, either total profit or net profit. So in this cell, you can see the cell which is directly above the unit sold and directly beside, that is towards the left of all the selling price. So here in this cell, I am going to enter the cell reference of the cell which contains the formula for calculating profit. That is this cell. Press enter. So you can see this 1000 is there. So I'm going to hide this cell. Again, I'll go to number, custom, remove whatever is here. Type semicolon 3 times, click on OK, and it's hidden. Okay. Now I'll be selecting this whole thing till 6,000. Now you can see what all things I have selected. Units, selling price, and this hidden cell which contains the reference of the cell which contains the formula for profit. Okay, क्योंकि हमें सबके लिए profit देखना है, right? Now we go to data, what if analysis, data table, right? And now you have the use for these two, row input cell, column input. So now you have to visualize which data you have arranged in the form of row. So the data which is arranged in the form of row is selling price. So from this area, you have to select the address of the cell which contains selling price. That will become your row input cell. And in the column input cell, in the columnar fashion, you have arranged all the units sold. So you have to enter the address of the cell which contains the unit amount. So from here you will select that address, that is the unit, click on OK, and you can see the different values of profits for all the combinations. I will just select these values and I'll just format them as rupee, so that format them as currency so that you can be able to visualize it properly. So you can see now, and because some part of the cells are hidden, I can always increase the value and increase the column width and view them. And now you can see what are the various values. So you can see over here that this is my break even point. So you can see over here that this is where I'm getting a profit of 0, that is for 12 rupees and 1000. For selling 1000 pens at the rate of 12 rupees, this is my break even point. और उस break even point तक पहुंचने के लिए इतने सारे जो हमने values लिए हैं, they all are negative. That is, till I reach this break even point, I am incurring losses everywhere. Okay, so once I reach the break even point, after that I have all the profit. Here also for 15 for selling 1500 pens for 8 rupees, I am incurring a loss of 1000. But then again, I am incurring a profit when I sell it at 9 rupees. I am incurring a profit of 500. So you can see that for selling 3500 pens at the rate of 15 rupees, I can gain a profit of 35,500. Okay, so you can also visualize that for different sale price and how much profit you will get if you produce different units sold. So you are able to display all this in a tabular format. And the maximum profit you are getting is for selling 6,000 pens at 20 rupees. Okay, so this way you can decide for your shop that, like for example, if when the demand goes up, if it is the examination time and there is a lot of demands for pens, you can increase the price. That way you will earn more profit. And when it is like summer vacations are going on, or it's a holiday season or the festive season, when the demand for pens has reduced, you can reduce the price over sale price. So you can do that keeping in mind these different values, and also keeping in mind that how you can avoid incurring losses. Loss करे बिना, नुकसान करे बिना आप प्राइस को घटा बढ़ा सकते हो अपने हिसाब, right? So this data table feature is very helpful for this. I'm going to